Wait a minute. You don't want to rob me at all. You want to hurt me. You're the one who's stalking Vanessa, aren't you? Don't you see it? See what, Ulissa? Yvette doesn't just want to be your friend. She wants you, JJ. It ain't like I'm under some sort of mind control. You'd be surprised, Zeke. It's easy for anyone to become addicted to watching X-rated videos. Alright, Pacho. Do what you gotta do. I trust that you can convince this Dr. Murphy to expose her ex and D.A. Russo. Thanks for being my cheerleader. Anytime. Let's just hope that Dr. Murphy wants to see the Russos crumble as much as I do. Why are we here, Keeve? We agreed that we wouldn't go on dates unless JJ or Ulissa were around. I called you here to talk about JJ. He knows about us. What do you mean he knows about us? I told him that you and I were dating. You what? You idiot! What are you doing here? I came here to speak with your cousin. Did you find out who's been trying to make me the sole heir to my family's company? Can you just let your cousin and his parents know that I'm here to speak with them? There's no need for all that, Finnegan. We're all here. What was left in that note for Max? Photos. What sort of photos? Photos of Elvira when she brutally lost her life. Thank you so much for asking me to hang out with you, Nichelle. Thanks for agreeing to meet with me. I really want to get to know you more, Quinlan. Sorry I didn't really get the chance to do so when Zeke and I first got together. To be fair, I am a very busy woman, but I would like to know you more, especially since you're the only good thing in Zeke's life right now. Does that mean everything else in Zeke's life is bad? I'm glad you agreed to speak with me, Dr. Murphy. Something tells me that you don't have any medical questions, unless you plan to showcase a program about healthcare. You're getting warm. I'm offering you the opportunity to share with the world how much of a scumbag your ex-husband is. Don't call me that. Well, an idiot is what you are. The plan was for both of us to tell JJ together. Why didn't you go along with the plan? Because I know JJ. He wouldn't have agreed to meet with both of us, Yvette. You don't know that for sure. I do know for sure, because when I told him, he was disgusted by the thought of you and I being together. What sort of monster would send something like that to Maximilian? Who would want to send those disgusting pictures to anyone? The most important question is why. We have reason to believe that it's a threat, almost threatening to do to Max what Devontae did to Elvira. And you couldn't even track down where this note came from? If it was that simple, Ellen, then we would've. Instead, there were no fingerprints on the note. Just make sure to locate this person so that this family doesn't experience a repeat. Yeah, we wouldn't want you to upset your former lover. Alan, how about you shut your trap and let Gianni and I do the talking from now on? My brother is right though, Finnegan. Someone out there is threatening to take my son's life and make him end up just like my sister. Now we can't have him locked up in the house all the time. In fact, I think I might have to hire a bodyguard for the time being. Dad, I don't want some random guy following me all the time. You have no say in the matter, Max. Besides, there's already a random guy following you and Vanessa Dorval around. What's worse is that this random person is a psychopath. Commissioner, can't you see that the stalker is right under your nose? Forgive me. What I should have said was that you're the best thing to ever happen to my brother. And I feel the same way about him. Since that's the case, does this mean Zeke is treating you better since you took him back? I guess. How do you plan to expose Finnegan for what he is? Just like you said, I plan to set up a TV program. Except it won't be about medicine. It will be a discussion about women who have been cheated on by their spouses. Esther Torres, how exactly did you find out that Finnegan was unfaithful? Doesn't matter. From what I know, he didn't pay for what he did. Aren't you the one who had to move out of the house? Don't you still have to share custody with him? That doesn't sound fair since he's the one who destroyed your marriage. Alright, I see what I get out of it if I agree to take part in this discussion. But what about you, Mr. Torres? What do you get out of it? Which is why we should have told JJ together. He wouldn't see me as someone who's trying to ruin your life. Do you honestly think you would have changed his reaction if you were present? I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe it. Most of all, I wouldn't have planned it if I didn't think I could convince him that our so-called relationship is real. Instead, you blew everything. Look, Yvette, I'm upset too. We've had this plan since the beginning of summer and Vanessa still hasn't paid much attention to me. Because she never will, Keith, that's why. What are you talking about, Max? You're police commissioner for a reason, right? What my cousin is clearly saying is that you've been working at the department for years, but seem to have trouble tracking down one amateur wacko. I can't stress this enough. The department is doing everything we can to track down this individual. That's all the information I have right now, but you'll all be the first to know when we receive new information. You did the right thing calling the police when you saw the note, Max. Most importantly, you did the right thing not touching the note. Ben was the one who told me what I should do. He deserves the credit, especially since he's doing what he can to track down the stalker. Let's just hope that Benedict can make more progress than the police have. Just like how he figured out that Devante was the one who took Elvira away from us. What do you mean you guess? The thing is that when we got back together, I just expected Zeke to be a bit more affectionate. Wow, I never knew my brother to be affectionate at all. You sure must be one special girl to break his shell. Now he wants to take things slow, which I'm not opposed to since our breakup was intense. But something in my head tells me that he doesn't really find me attractive anymore. Who cares what I get out of it, Dr. Murphy? What matters is that you get true justice. I care because you're asking me to be vulnerable on national television. Alright, if I tell you, then do you think my answer will encourage you to agree with this? Possibly. Fine. Truth is that D.A. Russo has been giving me problems lately. And I know that she was your husband's mistress. I think she needs to be taught a lesson. Don't you agree? D.A. Russo is a powerful woman. What makes you think that she won't come after me over this? Why would you say that? Especially when I told you who my crush was. Even when I agreed to change my entire look. Most of all, I agreed to help you get with JJ. Sorry, Keith. I was upset. I didn't mean what I said. Please. Can you just follow my lead from now on? As long as we work as a team, then we'll get the people we want. Whatever. So what do you plan to do now, leader? I'm gonna speak with JJ myself. Alright, Keith. Let's see if I'm risking trespassing charges for nothing. Well. Looks like we found our stalker. Zeke adores you. In fact, I think he worships the ground you walk on. Thanks, Quinlan. But I just wish I would hear him say those words himself. Guess what? I think the two of us will make such great friends. As your friend, I'll make sure to straighten Zeke out if he gives you any issues. Deal? Deal. I doubt that D.A. Russo would risk her political career by going after the woman whose marriage she ruined. I'm telling you, Dr. Murphy, you deserve to have your voice heard. Most of all, you deserve to have the last laugh. Would you really pass on this opportunity? No, I wouldn't miss out on this opportunity. I'm ready to tell my story, Mr. Torres.